don't know if you were in the live, but Mr. Roy just gave us a reading, darling, of our life. It was profound. I cried, I had goosebumps, and I had a burrito. You had to be there to understand. Listen, if you're a drag queen, baby, and you want to do a reading with the queen, Roy is looking for drag queens. Go slide into his DM. I'm telling you, it was a profound experience. My grandmother came through. She died a little while ago. My old time friend, David, who is dead, came through. It was really beautiful. And he was saying things that were crazy. I never told this man nothing about myself. He was talking to the spirits and they were telling him what to say, baby. And it was really, really cool. And I can't believe that he does this for free for our queer community so that we can heal together as a community. All right. It's so cool. So for all my little nips who were there, y'all got a card pulled for y'all and y'all had a little reading of your own. So thank you for coming. Thanks for supporting these titties and showing up for these titties, baby. I love y'all. Bye. It's time to...
Hey, girl.
Hi, Roy.
How are you, honey?
I'm feeling so fabulous and felinist.
I love it. Oh, my God. Look at this look. Gorgeous.
I feel very pussy.
Oh. Well, you're serving it. Girl, you're serving.
I wanted to be very ferocious for this reading, okay?
Oh, yeah, because you got to buckle up, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen.
1,000%. I'm so excited. Oh, my God. Earthquake. I am in California.
Okay. Dropping shit already. Here we go. Here we go.
Are you on your couch? Shaky.
Are you on your couch? Are you comfortable?
I'm comfortable. I'm ready to go.
You're ready to go. You've been ready to go since, what, 3 weeks ago?
I know. I'm so excited.
All right. So did you invite everyone you wanted to invite? You're pretty good. Anyone you want?
I sent them all the DM and everyone's tuning in. We're getting there. Hi, Tokyo. Hi, Christian. Marissa's here. Okay, we can start because Marissa's here now. Emily.
I love it. I love it. This is going to be so much fun. We're having a great time tonight. You've watched this before. You know, I've done Reign the Queen now. I'm going to be going on a year coming up in November. It's been like flying by so fast.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You're like number 35, I think. So we're getting there.
That's not the first time I heard that before.
We're not talking about your, it's not, no, not your age.
We could be talking about, we don't know. We'll see what the...
We don't know. We'll see. We'll see which way it goes. But I think that, it's just been great, you know, just great things coming out. And before we get started, if you are not following Salina Estitties, please follow this amazing queen. She's so fun. She's ferocious. She does so much in West Hollywood, and she's amazing.
Thank you love her to death. Much. Go follow these titties and become a little nip. You see, I call my followers my little nips. Without a nipple, titty, you know, so
I like that. A little nip. Oh, that's a cute one. I got to come up with something like that. You're going to have to help me come up with something.
Oh, I would love to, baby.
Yeah.
You know, maybe something about literature because you're reading, you know, I live. We'll find it.
Well, I like that. Yeah, we got to think of something. Okay, that's your project. That's your homework. That's your payback for the reading. You know what I'm saying?
It may pop up throughout the reading, you know, like the creative juices may flow in this way.
Okay, let's see what other juices flow. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, ma'am. I got my burrito in hand. I'm ready to go.
You're ready to go. All right. So I love this. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to provide you information that I'm getting. All right. I really, like I said, we spoke briefly just to not have any, like, you know, deer in the headlight moment here. But this is all about bringing you information that I'm feeling. Okay. Luckily, I don't know anything about you, thankfully, like I told you. So that's the good thing about it. And I'm just going to give you what I get. And I tell every queen about that. Just give what I get. Some of it might be remedial. Some of it might be more in depth. Some of it might be, oh, my God. We just go with the flow and we just give what we get, okay? And it's just about having an open heart and an open mind. And that's all I ask. And that everyone please have good vibes throughout the reading. That's the important thing because we don't want to have to block people. Block. You know what I'm talking about?
We don't like being blocked in this house, okay?
So we got to love it. We're going to have a good time. So I think we're just going to start off. So before I start, I always ask for permission. Do you allow me to connect with you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So we're just going to see what starts to come through and where this journey takes us. If you have any questions, just feel free to interrupt me at any time. And okay, so the first thing that I want to mention Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is they're showing me my birthday. All right, so I feel like my birthday would be significant, or the time frame would be significant for you. So I was born on October 11th, so I'm a Libra, and I feel like that week is significant for you as well. So I would have to say that there might be some type of celebratory moment for you around that time framing.
My birthday's on October 8th. We're Libra sisters.
Girl, we are sisters, and I love that. That's amazing. So we are both Libras. Wow, we're like only a few days apart. That's why we get along so well. That is why we get along so well. I also want to say that I feel that there's been movement with you. So you've moved a little bit throughout the state, I feel. So you started off as a child in one area, but I do feel like there's been movement with you throughout California. So does that make sense to you? And I don't really know if it would be north down to the middle or south up, but I do feel like there has been some transient movement going on. But I feel that you would have picked up your life almost, and I feel like what it was you felt like an awakening, or you felt like something within you said, I need to now, it's like you almost felt like you have to fly the coop almost, or do this on your own, okay? But I'm getting at a very, very young age that you did this, okay? So I feel like where people are still like, let me breastfeed as long as I can off of my parents, all right, you literally were like, no, I need to pick up and go, pick up and go. So do you understand that? I'm going to ask for yes or no for now, just to make sure we're on the same.
Okay, so you don't want me to elaborate?
Not right now.
Okay, I love this. Yes, 1000% yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So with this movement, I felt like, as a child, we're gonna start off a little bit when you were younger. I do feel that even up until now, but I feel like we are getting better because we are starting to get into our own. But I do feel in the aura, self-esteem issues have always been an issue since a very young child. All right. And I feel that that has also been there because of trying to fit in, knowing that you were different. And I do feel like children made it difficult for you at a young age as well to get through life. Okay. Because I do feel some bullying would have occurred as well when you were a child. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. I do get that as you start to get older, it was almost like instead of them laughing at me or joking about me, you built up like a defense mechanism, almost is like what I'm feeling. And I feel like you almost started to learn how to flip the script, or almost figure out a way to develop a defense mechanism where people now were like almost intimidated at times, or somewhat a little bit nervous or afraid as you started to get older. Does that make sense to you?
Maybe.
Okay. Okay. Because I feel like there's a part in your life where you became like badass. Do you know what I'm saying? Or where you became a little bit of a bad bitch. Do you know what I mean by that? All right. So I feel like there's a part. I think it's when you start to come into your own a little bit more. Come into your own. So this was not so much younger, but as you started to develop and go on to yourself, this is where this all started to come into play, okay?
Okay.
I do feel movement with you, and I do feel a very strong sense of intelligence with you. So I do feel that you are a very, very smart individual, okay, and that you did everything that you needed to do to succeed and to reach your goals, which I think is really, really important. Because I do feel like graduation, or I do feel movement, but I also feel movement also in the form of body movement as well. So I do feel like body movement is also really important for you. And I feel like that's really where the heart truly does lie. Okay. And I say that with the fact that you incorporate movement in everything that you do, even today. But I feel that there's always something in the back of your mind where you feel like there was a missed opportunity, or should I maybe have done something with this that could have taken me to another level or a different direction. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. Because I do feel a strong connection to you. And I feel like even when you were younger, and I feel like this might even be something within your family, or I feel like this is important, but I feel performance is like big. Do you know what I'm saying? Music is big, performance is big as well. So I feel dance is big. I feel like theater. I'm getting something with a theater vibe. We're on stage, we're performing, and this is something that was really, really important for you. But I feel that there's something that might have stopped you, or that you might have like missed the boat somehow, okay? And there is somewhat of, I don't know if it's a regret, but there's somewhat of like a what if, or what if I did just take that leap or take it to that next level? Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to have you elaborate on some of this in just a minute. I just want to see what else I get before we get into that. Because I do want to say, I hear like they're saying to me, I don't even think like drag was even like a remote idea initially in your mind at one point. Like it just was almost like a blink or a snap or something. All right, because you are like you're escalating very, very quickly, and your career path is going very, 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 very fast. Do you know what I mean? So the universe and the trajectory is correct with what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I feel like a lot of things with you kind of happened because they were meant to happen and were put in your place for a reason.
Okay.
That's what I'm picking up on. Okay, because I feel like you're only doing drag. I don't know, like maybe 4 to 6 years. Does that sound right? Maybe like around 4 to 6 years, something around that time framing?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But I feel like it happened by coincidence. Like it was not really, because they keep saying it's a coincidence. It's a coincidence. So I feel like it really didn't happen because you intentionally said, oh, I want to go out and be in drag today.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of happened organically, but also by coincidence at the same time. Like it was all meant to be. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that what kind of holds you back is what I'm also hearing is still working on self-esteem, body positivity. These are things that are still in the back of your mind that I feel like you have them there. You use them now, and you use it with your platform to help others. But I still feel that subconsciously it still lies there a little bit where there needs some healing that needs to still be done there, because I feel like there are some wounds that happened when you were younger that are still there. Does that make sense to you?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Because I do feel like as a child, like they're saying like, oh no, you were like a really good boy. You were very, very nice. You were very respectful. You know what I mean? You did what was right when you were a young child and whatnot. But like people, I think, preyed on the weakness a little bit, or they saw that. Okay. And I feel like they also took advantage of that to a certain degree when you were younger. Do you understand that as well?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. There's something about a moment in life, though, that I feel like was very pivotal for you in school. They're saying something in school happened that was pivotal or life-changing for you, that like I feel like almost like it was like either a wake-up call or a switch went on, okay, and it really, it's like you were taken aback by it, but then you were also like, okay, this is also like a moment for me to have an awakening and to realize, you know what? This is really the path. This is really who I am. This is what I need to be doing. Okay. I feel like it was when you were younger too, to be honest with you. And I feel like it would have to have done something with you coming into your own or being your own in a certain way. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. And I feel like it sat well and then it didn't sit well. So I don't understand what that means, but they're like telling me it sat well and then it didn't sit well. Okay. Mm-hmm. But there's something there, and you can kind of explain that to me in a minute. But I'm picking up like this was a moment, though, an epic moment for you. Okay. I want to just kind of see if we can kind of just validate some of that for some of the people watching with where we're at, and then we'll move forward with some more stuff that I'm getting.
Okay.
Perfect. Great.
So I get to elaborate now, right?
Yeah, elaborate now on that.
Right.
Only on what I told you.
Only on what you told me. So when you first started talking about moving around, I was born in Redwood City in the Bay Area of California.
Okay.
Then I lived in Daly City, moved to San Bruno, was in the Castro with my gay uncles a lot. And then I was over there, moved to Stockton for high school. And then at 17, I moved after I graduated right to LA.
Okay.
And then you were talking about theater, and I went to school for musical theater.
Wow. Okay.
And then it was in college, and I don't know if this pivotal moment is if it's this moment or not, but you were saying that it was good and then it wasn't good and it was good, it wasn't good. For me, it was in college was when I had my first drink of alcohol.
Okay.
I had a PBR and I felt like, ooh, this is it. But I saw how crazy I got when I drank, so I kind of stopped and did good in college, and then I went back to other stuff and harder stuff later on down the line. And that's kind of what I was getting from that moment there.
Okay.
As far as the self-esteem stuff that you were talking about, what really pops out to me is when I moved to San Bruno for middle school. And then I went to school for musical theater. And I was over here, there, moved to Stockton for high school. And then I was over there, moved to Castro with my gay uncles a lot. And then I was over here, there, moved to Stockton for high school. And then I was over here, there, moved to Castro with my gay uncles a lot. And then I was over here, there, moved to Stockton for high school. And then I was over here, there, moved to Castro with my gay uncles a lot. And then I was over here, there, moved to Stockton for high school. And then I was over here, there, moved to Castro with my gay uncles a lot. And then I was over here, there, moved to Stockton for high school. And then I was over here, there, moved to Castro with my gay uncles a lot. And then I was over here, there, moved to Stockton for high school. And then I was over here, there, moved to Castro with my gay uncles a lot. And then I was over here, there, moved to Stockton for high school. And then I was over here, there, moved to Castro with my g or for elementary school in third grade, the people that I met, my friends, were these straight boys who used to call me faggot and fairy, and I never really understood. So I was like, yes, that's my nickname, baby. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it could stem from that, you know. I was a chubby kid. I was chubby here, chubby there, then moved to Hollywood and tried to lose weight to move to Hollywood, you know, all that whole thing. And then, so especially like being in West Hollywood and the gay scene and boys, all of a sudden, like body issues are always going to be a thing, have been a thing, are a thing. But I think I agree with what you were saying is like, my drag, going back to what you were saying as well, drag was never something I had in mind. You know, I wanted to be on Broadway, I wanted to be in New York, but I kind of missed that train, that plane for some reason, you know? I still don't have my license to this day because I, like, in New York, you don't need a license. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm holding on to there still, that I don't have my license yet, because it'd be so much easier to get to my drag shows if I had one.
I believe it. I believe it.
So there, that really connected with me when you said that. And drag has been a coincidence, and it's been something that calls to me, and I innately feel this within myself in my connection to my higher power and my universe, is that drag, it calls to me to do. It's not something that I necessarily was trying to do, trying to be hungry for. But when I came into acceptance that the universe kept pushing me in this direction, then I was able to align myself with it and let that be my path for this moment, you know?
I love it. I love it. That's amazing. And you know, I kind of feel like you might get to New York and you might get to Broadway. It just may not be the way that you might have visioned it or seen it, but I do think that there is a trajectory that you're on that's going to take you there. Do you know what I mean?
It's interesting because like Broadway's not even like my aspirations today, you know?
Yeah,
but,
it's so weird, but you never know.
But I never know, and like I'm open to whatever the opportunity lies for me. You know what I mean? Oh my God, my mom and dad are watching.
Oh, that's so great! I love that. I love when the mom and dads come into play. That's awesome. All right, so I want to see what else I pick up as we start to go into this. So I know that you moved around a lot within the state, but for some reason I'm also picking up a lot with you regarding country or other country, and I feel like a lot of family is sporadic throughout our country, but also out of the country as well. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm being drawn to like two countries. I keep hearing Panama for some reason. I don't know why I keep hearing Panama, but I'm being drawn to that area. Okay. So I feel like that area is very significant for extended family. Okay. That would be in that area. All right. Because I feel like you would be like, for some reason I'm hearing like first generation. So I feel like first generation, you would understand what that means, okay? Because I feel like you are first generation. So I'm getting that information, which tells me that either parents migrated, came here, okay, for better, is what I'm kind of feeling. But I'm feeling another country, and I can't pick up on it, but I want to say there's Panama, there's another country, and I want to say it's in that area, okay? It's almost like a replay version, though, which is so interesting to me, because it's almost like how you picked up and moved at a pivotal age, and I'm going to say between like 16 and 18 is kind of where I feel you picked up and moved. I feel like your parents did the same thing around the same age. So it's like history almost like repeated itself with you. And I find this to be so interesting because it's funny how we innately do sometimes things that our parents would do. So I'm kind of feeling like they did that as well. All right. I also feel like everything happened quick for them. So I don't know why I feel like they got married and also had you in the same year. Do you understand that? Okay. That's what I'm hearing. So I feel like it was like, like very, very quick. Do you understand what I mean? Yes. I think that's like really, really interesting. So I just feel like that's like just so interesting to me.
My mom just said, wow, this is amazing, because it's like all, you're on it.
Oh my God, I love it. Thank you so much. So I feel like that's like really, really important. And then, what happened to my screen here? And then I want to just also pick up on the fact that So like there's a lot of support. I get support from family, support from family, support from family. So I feel like no matter whatever you did, I feel siblings with you. Okay, so I do feel siblings. I feel like no matter what you or siblings did, okay, the parents were always there to support. I don't feel any judgment at all from any parent or anything. But I do feel where a lot of I feel LGBTQ community children, boys feel separated a little bit from their father. I feel that you're very close to your father. So I feel opposite kind of with you, which is a beautiful relationship. But I feel like there's a very close similarity there, which brings the two of you very, very close together as well. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you understand that mom's birthday would have just passed?
Yeah.
Okay, they're telling me, okay, so my niece is born on this day. So, actually, she's not born that day. Shit, hold on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. I feel like it's the same number twice. Do you understand the same number twice?
Yes.
Okay, so I feel like it's the same number twice, okay, for mom. That's so interesting. Mom has a big family, I hear. So I'm hearing mom has a big family, a lot of siblings. Do you understand that as well?
Yes.
Okay, so they're saying mom has a big family, a lot of siblings.
My mom is shitting herself right now. I know it.
Oh, this is an interesting name. Do you know somebody named? I'm going to probably butcher this name, to be honest with you, but I'm going to try to do it the best because it's hard for what I'm hearing. I feel like it's like Chana. Chana. Do you understand what I mean by this? Okay. Because I hear this name in my head. I feel like this woman is really, really important to a lot of people in the family and almost like a rock. Do you understand this? I feel connection to mom when I say this name as well. Would you understand that as well? I get like a matriarch vibe. But I don't know if that was really her name. I feel like she went by 2 different names. Like they're telling me 2 different names.
It was Chana, yeah.
Okay. But I feel like there's a nickname too. Like they did a nickname almost for her too. Because they're saying like a nickname. But I feel out of country with her. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like you do not get to communicate with her or do much with her as much as you wish you could and all of that. They're mentioning Donnie. Do you know a Donnie?
Not Donnie, but
You know, like Dawn or Dawn.
well, her nickname was Doña Chana.
Doña Chan. Okay. Grandfather, husband, right? Her husband. I feel like this man loves water. Do you understand water?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're saying water. Okay.
Okay.
Something about a guitar as well with him.
Yeah, that's my grandpa.
Do you understand the guitar and like playing a guitar and sitting out? There's a lot about outside with this individual, with this man, sitting outside and enjoying a lot of time outside. Likes nature, I feel likes the water, likes the sun, and all of that, okay?
Yes.
I feel this is connected to mom as well. Would you understand that?
1000%, yeah.
Okay. I feel he is older too, older than grandma was, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Very loving personality though. Would you understand that? I get that from both of them. Just a very strong connection, a very strong loving personality from both of them. A lot of support, I feel. And I feel like grandma understands, family understands what you do and everything, because I want to say that being gay is not really unheard of in your family. Would you understand that? Because I do feel like it goes down. Do you understand what I'm saying by this? Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like it goes down. So I feel like for grandma, like, oh, gay is not really anything to be a shock with. So it's like, oh, it's just part of anything else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel it in 2 different areas in your family, very, very close to you. Very, like, I feel very immediate, like, to others.
Mm-hmm.
They're mentioning dad, September. Would you understand September for dad?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like it's the end of September, so I'm being drawn somewhere between like the 20th and the 25th, so somewhere in there would be Dad's birthday.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Good. He has a really great spirit. I feel he has a really great spirit. I feel a really good connection with Dad and Mom. Really a tremendous amount of love. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like they're together. Do you know what I mean? Like glue.
Mm-hmm.
The two of them. So much happiness. It's like when they embarked on this journey to come here, it was like that was what like kind of glued them together, and like that was what did it. They were not going to like separate, and that was pretty much it. So I feel like it's till the end with them, which is such a beautiful you don't see that very much anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just so beautiful and so connected. I feel you're very close to brother, so I want to say brother almost follows in your steps or wants to follow in your steps to a certain degree. Okay, so I feel like you're almost like an inspiration for brother, or that you're almost like somewhat of a light. Okay, so looking up to you. So I am getting some type of really strong connection between you and brother, a lot of similarity between the two of you. I do feel there is one more child. I can't, it's hard here. I can't figure out if it's boy or girl. But I do feel like there's one more child, younger child, and I feel like a little bit more of a gap in age. So I feel like you and your brother are very close in age for some reason. Do you understand? Very close. And then there's more of a gap with the third one. Does that make sense to you as well?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I want to touch on two things because I have somebody else that's coming through right now, but this person keeps bringing up a message and a message and a message. So I want to touch quickly on, well, I feel like I want to say congratulations first, because I feel like there needs to be congratulations for where you are in your life right now. Do you understand that? Okay. Because I feel like you're really at a point in your life right now where you thought, I'd never make it to this point, and I can't believe where I am right now. All right, so I want to say congratulations because it's like a milestone. I feel like it's a milestone. So I'm coming up, I feel like, on the number 10. The number 10, okay? I feel like the number 10 is significant, all right? And they keep, I don't know who this person is, but he keeps hitting my wrist, okay? I don't know why he keeps hitting my wrist, but on my wrist, I have the number 11 tattooed on my arm. And I feel like the number 11 is very significant for you. Okay, so I just want you to understand that. Oh my God, you have 11 on your arm? That's, I can't, because this guy keeps pointing on this. I'm like, why are you touching my wrist? So I feel like the number, I'm getting chills. I feel like the number 11 is very significant for you, and it has to do with this 10-year anniversary. All right, I want to say that 10 years back, I feel a very dark period in your life. A very, very dark period in your life, all right, where things were just completely spiraling. I almost see like a storm. Like a storm is occurring not only within you, but around you, okay? And you don't know how to weather the storm. And the storm is happening. And when I talk about storm, I want to say that I feel extreme, heavily involved in nightlife, okay? And I want to say I feel alcohol, I feel other substance, okay? But I also feel a lot has to do with, again, self-esteem, trying to fit in, trying to find your way, trying to belong, all right? And I also want to say that I feel like you might have partaked in some scandalous, I'm trying to put this very delicately, and some scandalous situations is what they're telling me. They're saying scandalous. So I want to say that burrito can symbolize something, but let's just correct. Let's take a bite. But I want to say that was part of a normal for you, okay? But I also feel like you didn't let a lot of people know truly what was going on. I feel like there was a mask that you were wearing, because they're showing masks. So I feel like there was a mask that you were wearing. And I want to say that you had some friends or allies in your corner, but I really feel like a lot of people didn't have your best intention at hand for the most part. And I also want to say that I feel like you either moved around a lot, or there's a point where you were literally like home to home trying to find a place to stay, because it was like almost like, where am I going now? I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. So this person that's bringing this information that I feel like is important for some reason, I feel like this person is taking responsibility for their passing, first of all. Okay. Taking responsibility for their passing. I feel like this individual, this individual would have passed 8 years, 7 or 8 years ago. I'm getting 7 or 8 years ago. So I'm going around 2013, 2014. Okay. I feel like this person would have been someone who would have understood your situation. He's telling me I would have understood the situation. I would have been involved as well in substance issues, okay? But also started to find their way and take their life into a different direction. I almost say that I want to say this person became almost like a sponsor or like someone who would have been like a little bit of a leader, okay? Because I feel like he's saying, I tried to help, I tried to help. He's telling me January, so January would have been important for him. So I feel like his birthday probably would have been in January. He's pointing to the beginning of the month of January as well, okay? And he's saying he would have passed in his mid-20s. So I figure 25, 26, or 27 is where he would have passed. So this individual also liked to live life in a very fun way. Something about motorcycles. Motorcycles. So he liked motorcycles a lot. Do you know who I'm talking about yet?
Is it David?
Yeah. Because I'm getting motorcycles. He's showing me an A, and he's saying there was a nickname that you guys did. There's a nickname that you did. Okay, so he's showing me an A for the last name. All right, and he's saying to me that he helped you, or that he was like almost like a sponsor or something. Would you understand that maybe he tried to help or would have tried to keep you on the right path? Is kind of what he's saying. Do you understand January for him? Because he keeps on bringing up January, the beginning of January.
Maybe it was January. I can't remember.
Okay. But he's also mentioning our month as being significant. I know we started off with saying we were both Libras in October, and I feel like the month of October is also very significant for him as well, because I feel like that would signify the month of his passing. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. He keeps mentioning Esther. Do you understand Esther?
I don't know if that's his mom or not. I'm not sure.
Esther. I don't know why he keeps mentioning Esther. He's saying, tell her Esther. So you live together, right?
Yeah, he was my roommate.
Oh, he was your roommate. Okay, so that makes sense. I don't know why he's mentioning Esther.
That might be his mom, but I'm not sure.
Esther Place. I don't know why. Maybe he. Do you know if he would have lived on?
Maybe.
Esther, because he keeps mentioning like Esther Place or Esther something. I don't know why he's mentioning.
Maybe that's where he lived, because he lived somewhere. I know where it is. I don't know if that's the street. But
Okay. Okay, but you understand that he's taking responsibility for his passing. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's saying it happened quick. He's saying that he tried. He couldn't. He wasn't as strong. And he tried to do the best that he could. But he is coming through with the congratulations, because it's like 8 to 10 years later, and to see where you are right now for him is like such a magical moment. So I think that he's coming through as a congratulations for you, because I feel like you also just celebrated like an anniversary, or you're coming up on an anniversary for this as well. And he's coming through with the congratulations, the strength that you have. He didn't have this strength. And it's about now that you found your way, you found your path, you're supported by people who are now helping you and uplifting you and taking you to where you need to be. And that's what's really, really important. And I think he's just coming through with saying, congratulations. And he's happy to be part of this journey with you, which is like the most magical thing about the whole situation. It's almost like a full circle coming together. Okay. Because I feel like he almost passed when you started this sobriety part of your life. And then you're continuing on the journey, and he's with you every way. And I feel like he's somewhat of a strength when it comes to this. So I do feel like his energy is still around you in a very positive way, as a force and a strength. When you feel those weak moments coming through, when you feel those tides that are just coming through and shaking you a little to the core, he's around you, helping you and taking you to where you need to be. Okay? And I just want you to understand that. All right? And with that note, I'm going to let him go, and I'm going to let you validate. I always say 25 to 30 minutes, and we're friggin' 40 minutes into a reading. See what happens? I can never keep on a schedule. I would never be able to do Drag Girl. Oh my God, I forgot about
I
it.
love it though. Oh my God, it's so wild.
They kicked me right off the stage. He has a really great light though, and again, it's like a thank you. I feel like he's saying thank you for the moments that you did provide, because I feel like he felt true, genuine friendship. And I think that is what's really, really important. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going to leave you with that, honey. So if you want to validate a little bit of this, this would be amazing for me. Yeah, I would love that. Thank you so much.
So yeah, I was in college. I started drinking, and then I did drugs, and then there was a time where like my roommates kicked me out, and I was living here, living there, like couldn't find a place to live. You were talking about moving around, didn't have a home. I was like homeless for like a minute, like stayed at a place in Marina Del Rey with some tweaker. Like it was like a whole thing. Then I got sober at 21, and I'm coming up on 10 years of sobriety in November.
Oh my God, congratulations. There it is. Wow.
Yeah. I'll be 10 years sober in November.
I love that.
And David Antar, you said David A. His last name was Antar.
Okay.
And we'd call him Dantar.
That makes sense.
And he was like the dad of our group. And he's the reason I was living in the same apartment that I was living in when I was using. It had bed bugs and roaches and stuff. And 6 months into my sobriety, which November, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, so we moved. No, I don't know. Maybe it was September. I don't know. But it was because of David that I moved in with him to this apartment that I'm in now. And we all had an agreement because we were all newly sober. Like, if any of us relapse, like, we have to move out if you don't get it together. And, like, after a year living here, David couldn't stay sober. So he moved to an apartment downtown where he overdosed and he had died. And that was very early on, like in my sobriety, and it was probably 2012 or 13, I think. And but if it wasn't for David, I would never have this apartment that I live in now, and like this is my apartment now. And I've like been able to let people come in and move in here and like stay here to get newly sober, and then they move out and get their own life. And then another roommate comes in and stays sober with me. They move out and go live their life, and like now I live here with just my other roommate Patches and my boyfriend. And if it wasn't for David, I wouldn't be here at this apartment.
So it's like a full circle. Do you understand? Like he's coming through now for this pivotal moment, because he almost is coming through with like, thank you for doing this, because I would never have had the opportunity to come through and be able to give you the messages, because I feel like his family may not believe fully in this, or religious wise it may be a little bit like different or whatnot. So I'm just feeling like he's saying this is a moment for him to come through and say thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a pivotal moment and like a full circle. And the fact that you're still in the apartment that he is just unbelievable to me. So that just means so much validation. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because I felt very like when he died, it felt very like I wasn't a part of any closure with him, and he kind of just like it just disappeared, and it became, you know, with sobriety, a lot of people die from relapse, so it just became routine.
Yeah.
So that was very like I forget that like he's out there. So.
He's out there and he's around you very strongly. So even though you may not feel it, I think the fact that you're in the establishment that he did once still have, his energy is still there. And I feel that with everything that you're doing, it's still strong. So he's there to help you. If whenever you feel those lows or those dips, you can count on your loved ones, but you can also reach out to him in spirit, and he'll do all he can to help you. Believe me, it's a beautiful moment.
Cool. Thank you.
Beautiful moment. Absolutely. Absolutely. So how did you enjoy this before we start pulling some cards for the people? Because I know they love their cards.
Yes, I'm very excited for that part. I mean, thank you. Like, I never done this before. I've seen it people. I've seen it, you know, and people are always very skeptical. And like, I haven't told you anything for anyone watching because there's skeptics out there.
Always.
And you hit a lot of like crazy wild points. Like my grandmother is Doña Chana, and she passed away last year.
Okay.
Or early this year even. I don't know. I think she passed away recently. And my grandfather, he loves like the water. He loves outside, and so it was cool that she was coming through because, like I said, I'd never really connected with her very much because she didn't speak English, and it it was a whole thing. And like my brother's gay, my uncle's gay. You were talking
Wow.
about that. I grew up with my gay uncle in the Castro, basically, when my parents were working because they were so young. And my mom, immigrated here when she was 18 or 17, and met my dad, and they got pregnant really fast, got married, all that. So everything you were saying was right on point. And yeah, it was just crazy for me to hear, because also like my life is so drag, go, next club, next gig, here, go here, make this outfit, make this here, that I don't think about my past anymore. Like my sobriety is I'm so rooted in the foundation of my recovery with my sobriety and who I am today. And like that my past traumas or like stuff, like it's not a big deal in my face today. My biggest deal is my drag and like where I'm going with my future. So to like take a second to sit down and be reminded of like all this like actual support that I have from my family side is that you validated with like even my grandma coming through. And you said Panama. That's like my dad's side of the family is from Panama. And I never met my dad's dad, my grandfather, and he died of alcoholism. So I didn't know if you were talking about him at first before you were mentioning David. So I didn't know if there was a connection there, but like even the idea of like my grandfather, you know, like that was touching. So it was just cool. It was cool to know that there's like, through your talents and what you have to offer to this world, thank you for sharing it with me and channeling that through yourself for me. Yeah. Because I forget that people have my back. You know, West Hollywood is very catty. There's a lot of gossip. There's a lot of chuka. So there's a lot of trust issues there in the political aspect of the nightlife, that there's a lot of trust issues on my end for that. But to know that there's like power beyond nightlife and beyond myself that does have my back, like unconditionally, like
you got the family, you got them in spirit. You know, your grandma is right there. Like I said, she understands the lifestyle, she understands and supports 100%. She's behind you. And I think a lot of the success and the momentum that you're getting is because of the loved ones in spirit, because what they're doing is behind the scenes, they're universally moving things around to put things in your place, but they also want you to learn lessons as you are getting these things showing up to you in abundance as beautiful gifts. So it's all about a balance of both. Do you understand what I'm saying? We also need to heal from experiences to receive, and we also have to get out of our own way at times as well and realize what doesn't serve us any longer in our life. What do we need to remove? It could be people. You know, I just had a conversation with somebody, you know, that said, sometimes we keep friendships that we've had for 10 to 12, 15 years because we're like, oh, it's so long. But that may not even serve us any longer. That individual may not even serve us, but we feel obligated because of the longevity of the friendship, but not because what is that person now still bringing into my life? So these are things that we have to constantly remind ourselves and take into consideration so that we're able to move forward and grow. But know that your grandma's around you tremendously, supporting you and loving you. And I feel like she lives through you now a little bit through drag because she has that kind of vivacious energy when she was younger, I feel. And she really enjoys life. So I just feel like, you know, she's channeling too and living her best life through you. So continue to do what you're doing because you're just a beautiful light, okay? And I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
thank
no,
you. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. And if you are not following this beautiful queen, please do so. She is amazing. She is just doing everything she can out in West Hollywood and in California, Palm Springs, and all over the place. So I just love her. Much. Love her to death.
And for all my little nips, go follow Mr. Roy because he's looking for queens too. If there's queens who want to do readings, he leads queens and kings. So go hit him up.
I do. Come on. And I saw someone post something, if I only read drag queens, I read normal people too. I read regular normal people.
Because we're the most abnormal.
I'm abnormal too. Listen, I talk to spirits, so we're all a little, you know, we all have our own quirks. So it is what it is, girl. But I want to say I read everybody. You know what I mean? I even brought through pets for people. So if you have a pet spirit, I could bring through your dog. So it's always a great time and always a lot of fun. So we're going to do some cards because we know that people love the cards. So we'll do cards for a little bit. We'll bring some messages through for people, so on and so forth. I'm going to pull a card for you, girl, first.
Okay.
We're going to take it from there and see kind of where it goes.
Is the card just, it's going to tell you what it's going to be for, or is it like can I ask for like a career situation?
The card is just basically a universal message, kind of with what's going on in your life right now, and kind of letting you know what's going on. Yeah. So
Awesome.
That's how the cards kind of go. Because if we did it that way, we would be here for 5 hours.
Okay. Yes.
With everybody.
I feel you. Okay.
All right. And what I'm going to have you do is when we start pulling cards for people, I'm going to have you tell me who's up next. So we'll make it interactive and we'll make it fun. All right.
Yay! Okay.
So the card I got for you, oh, you're going to like this one up, girl. It's going to bring you back to your old days, back in some bondage. You got all tied up.
Oh, my.
You can't make this shit up, right? So you got all tied up. So this card usually is saying that the ties that bind you are about to break loose of any previous situations that you might feel stuck in, okay? So if you're starting to open up, any restrictions are going to start to clear out for you. It can also indicate that you're ready to break free from like old habits, old patterns, individuals that don't serve you at this time, all right, that are keeping you tied up for a long period of time. This is letting you know that it's time to release yourself from this, okay? Be ready to be free. You now have all the power and the clarity that's showing up to you now at this time to move forward with a clear focus and happiness so that you now can be empowered. You know, I feel like the strength of empowerment within you now. So this is the time to liberate yourself. Your life is opening up in multiple different areas, and it's about you being free to choose your reality and what direction you want to go in now. You have the power. You've now taken control and power back of your life. 10 years ago, you lost that power and that control. But now you are a different woman, and this card is just acknowledging that. So you're breaking free from the ties. You're breaking free from that bondage, all right? And that's what that card is about. And I think that really sits well with you.
Yeah, definitely, 1000%. And I just signed up for the gym yesterday, so God. I'm getting my body together.
Good I love that. Get that body, girl.
I felt that.
Get that body. I love it. So how did you enjoy this experience? How much fun was this?
Oh my God, I didn't want it to end. You don't understand. I wanted my reading to keep going. I felt like you hit like a small chapter of my life, and I have so many more chapters I want to explore that I'm just so grateful. Thank you. How did you find this talent?
So it's interesting. First, I'll address the first question, which is I am going to be also coming up with a Reading the Queen reconnect. So you will be on the reconnect, girl. So we will be doing another one probably in 3 to 6 months. I'm going to start with 6, which was my first reading. I'm going to just pick few of them and do reconnects, and you will be one of the reconnects. I'm just letting you know.
Put me in the lineup, please.
You're on the lineup, girl. You're on the lineup. I have always had the gift since I was a child. I have always been able to see spirit. Salina is the best, so sweet. And then someone wrote Ariana Grande.
Is she in the chat?
I don't know.
Is Ari here? Oh.
I don't know. Is she? If someone wrote Ariana Grande. Maybe she is if she's here. Hi, Ariana.
Hi, Ari. I'm sorry. My comments aren't showing, so I don't know if they're here or not.
Yeah, so I've always been able to connect with spirit. So since I was a child, I would see spirit as a young boy and always be able to communicate and get messages. And I've always tinkered with it. But like you, I had a very rough upbringing, being bullied, having a hard time in school, trying to identify and find yourself and find your place. And I kind of put it on the back burner. Do you know what I mean? And I blocked it out for so long. But I then recently met up with a friend, reconnected, and it has been nothing but a beautiful journey since then. I'm absolutely loving every moment of it because I really love working with so many beautiful individuals like yourself and giving back to the LGBTQ community. I think healing is needed for everybody, but it's always so beautiful to work within your own community as well, which I think is
amazing. God, it's so beautiful to see you.
Ari said she is coming.
Ari said she's coming.
So who is Timmy Grande?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. Someone said Ari said she's coming.
Okay. I wish my comments worked.
Do you want to sign off for a minute and come back on quickly in case she pops in?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, and you are back. So can you see the comments?
Yes, they're gone. They're on now.
Okay. I want to hear more about you and your gifts. Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So yeah, so basically that's what happened. I blocked it out a little bit, and then I just started to come in. I just started to open myself up, and I started to, learn your self-worth and learn what you have to give. And I said, this is the time for me to give back. And I feel like Spirit showed me when it was the right time for me to start to open up and use my gifts in the way that I am supposed to. And this is the moment right now. So I have now been doing it for quite some time. And I'm working with some amazing other psychic mediums as well. I do gallery readings and a whole bunch of fun stuff. I'm actually even planning to maybe do something out in Palm Springs where I do something and do a little gallery reading and have like a little stage and do some readings for people who are in the audience and all that fun stuff.
Oh my God, you have to let me know, please. I'll come down and I'll do a number for
admission. Absolutely. Would love that. I would love to have everybody come, would be the whole gang will be out there. So it'll be a fun time, but I would love that. So trying to work something out. As I told you, I'm planning to come out in October.
Okay, yes. Okay.
So we'll see what happens. I'm going to see what
our birthday.
Girl, we'll celebrate our birthday together.
Yes.
I love it.
I mean, again, Roy, thank you so much. Like the fact that you do this for queens and for people on Instagram Live for free is like beyond me. So I appreciate you sharing your talents with me and with my people and our people. It means the world, because this is very, like you said, it's very deep, beautiful work that people may not ever get to experience in their life. And there, like you said, there's a lot of healing that needs to happen within our community. So you're one of the angels who are down here healing people, and I appreciate that.
And I appreciate you, and thank you for volunteering to do this. Like I said, I messaged you, and I was afraid. I was like, oh my God, she may not want to do it. She's so busy. She's so popular. She may not want to do it. I was nervous. I was like, oh my God. And I'm so happy that you were able to do this and connect with me. So it's been nothing but a blessing. And I look forward to reading your family, your other queens there. So.
Oh my God, I can't wait. Yeah, I'll reach out to them, make sure they contact you, and we get to see that happen.
We'll get to see it happen. Well, I want to thank everyone for watching. Again, if you're not following Miss Salina Estitties, please follow her. She is amazing. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She's talented. She's multifaceted. She's a television superstar. So go follow this queen.
Thank you. And go follow Ron.
Thank you, honey.
Do you do private readings? Like people can hire you?
I do private readings. Normally what winds up happening is the mothers of every queen reach out to me and book a reading. So
well, when you said that my grandma came through, my grandma literally just died, so I know my mom watching was probably like feeling something on the other side.
Yeah.
So that's maybe something that we can figure out for her. That would be my mom also just beat cancer, so I think there's a lot for her to gain. A lot for her to gain.
I would love to do a reading with her. So for sure, if you want to, however you want to do it, you could gift it to her, whatever you'd like to do. We'll connect. We'll set it up, honey.
I would love that.
We'll set it up and do it. Okay, absolutely, 100%. Thank you so much, everybody. You can find all my information in my link in bio. I do private readings, my website, YouTube, all of that. I appreciate the support. Another beautiful episode of Reading the Queen. I always enjoy this. Thank you so much. I'm going to send you with love and light.
Love you, Roy. Thank you.
Bye, honey. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.